Hello, I'm Barry Hutchison, author of the Space Team Comedy Sci-Fi Adventure series, now available on Amazon Kindle and elsewhere. I've been writing Space Team since September last year, September 2016. I'm now up to book 6. Book 6 came out earlier this week. In fact, just a few days ago. Book 6 is Return of the Dead Guy. So that came out a few days ago. It seems to be doing well, lots of nice reviews, so that's good. I am, however, working on a brand new series, or kind of brand new. It's a spin-off series from Space Team Book 5, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Book 5. Although I'm not the biggest authority on my own books. I recently did a quiz on one of my children's books for while I was at visiting a school, and I got 4 right out of 10. So yeah, I don't particularly. I should probably pay more attention to what happens in my books. What happens is I write a book and then I forget what happens and I move on to the next one. So the new series, Deadman Space Detective, spins off from Space Team Book 5, The Guns of Nana Joan. And it features Dan Deadman, a space detective, as the title probably implies. The first book is called Dial D for Deadman. I started it 3 days ago, I think, and I kind of struggled a little bit to start with. I think because it was something new, and even though I kind of knew sort of who the Dan Deadman character is because he was in Space Team 5, it was really only a cameo appearance in that book. So kind of giving him his own story is a bit different to that. Having to develop that character to the extent where he can carry a whole story by himself is more difficult. And there's also a certain amount of pressure because Space Team has done quite well, I'm very pleased to report, and because it's built a following of some really dedicated and often strange fans, you know who you are, there's that kind of sense of not wanting to disappoint them, and a lot of the comedy from Space Team comes from the main character, Cal Carver, and his interactions with the rest of the team. Cal is not in Dan Deadman Space Detective. There may be a small cameo later on, but he isn't in the bulk of the book, and Dan himself is not necessarily as funny a character as Cal or some other members of Space Team. So I was already aware that the tone of this book is going to be slightly different, or maybe not the tone, but just the level of comedy in this book. It is more, Space Team is a comedy action adventure, and Dan Deadman is an action adventure comedy, is how I'm looking at it. So it's the kind of it's more, there's more action, there's more adventure, hence action adventure thing. And while it is hopefully still funny, it's not as in your face trying to be funny as Space Team is. So because it's slightly different and a slightly different tone, I struggled a bit to get into it, and I rewrote the first couple of paragraphs maybe a dozen times, trying to get the tone right, trying to write an intro that would hook readers and drag them into the rest of the story, and it just wasn't working at all, and I was kind of starting to stress out, and then it kind of clicked, and hopefully the first few paragraphs and the first page and all that stuff will hook readers in, and we'll pull them on, and we'll set the tone for the rest of the book. I may well read the first few paragraphs on another video, maybe tomorrow or the next day, to let you hear them and see what you think. So yeah, but I thought what I would do is, because it's something new, and I kind of wish I'd done this with Space Team, I'm going to track my progress through the writing, publishing, and after that bit of Dan Deadman Space Detective. So I'm going to make regular videos talking about how the writing's going. I'm going to, once it's out, we'll do some videos and we can chat about how it's selling, and we'll see what happens really. So if you're interested in the writing process or the publishing process, then hopefully this will be useful to you. I will warn you, most of it will be me just talking rubbish, rabbiting on, looking slightly uncomfortable on camera, but there may be some occasional nuggets of useful information in there too, which will be nice for everyone, won't it? So yeah, so that's Dan Deadman. It's my aim is to have it published in September, near the start of September. We're currently on the last day of June. I think I've managed over the last 3 days to get about 6,000 words written, which is much, much slower than what my progress would be at this stage on Space Team. If I was writing a Space Team book within 3 days, I would be between 12 and 15,000 words on average. I kind of work at 4,000, 5,000 words a day writing Space Team. The first day writing Dan Deadman, I wrote 1,000. Today it's now 11 AM. I was up at 6 this morning, and I've managed to do about 1,500, maybe 2,000 words. So I'm making progress. It's just the progress is slow, and so I don't know how quickly I will be able to get it done, because I also have some children's books to write as well, which I also do. So we'll have to wait and see, really, but my goal at the moment is the 1st of September. I've got it written down somewhere. 1st of September is a Friday. Is that a good launch day? I don't know. We can find out. So let's aim for 1st of September, and we'll see what happens. So if you want to follow along, please do. Ask any questions down below. There's a button, or there's a box, I don't know what it is. Just do something down there. You can also find me on Twitter. It's just at Barry Hutchison, or on Facebook, Barry J Hutchison. I think that's it. Facebook / Barry J Hutchison. Hutchison, no N in the middle, not Hutchinson. No, Hutchison. Everyone makes that mistake. So it's Barry J Hutchison. If you haven't checked out Space Team, don't let me stop you. Go ahead and do that. It's a laugh riot set in outer space about a team, hence the name. So yeah, check that out, but otherwise just follow along, and we'll see what happens on the Dan Deadman front over the next couple of months and beyond. Speak to you soon.